All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Monday or Tuesday, rather, March the 12th, 2019. This is George Papsov, Trade Pro Academy. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you're having a great morning also, and a great evening last night. We are getting started with our morning market update today. We got a lot to cover. I'm warning you, this is going to probably be a little bit of a longer morning market update than usual, but maybe not that long. Who knows? All right, so let's start out with the morning market fun fact for the day. This is a really fun fact. Yesterday, we concluded the live taping of the best futures day trading course in the entire universe. Not the planet, because planet Earth is not good enough. The universe. We concluded our course last night, and it was phenomenal. The lesson 17 was just finished, and we're going to have it uploaded on Friday for all of our pro members as well. We're just doing some last-minute editing, making sure it's 100% top form, and it's amazing. It was originally taped in 2016. We decided to retape it live, and in the process said, why not make it better? And I'll tell you this, the 2019 version, the one that we just completed recording, legitimately only has 2 slides from the original course. That's what happens when I decide to retape something. I'm always a fan of improving and adapting to the markets. And let's be honest, the market's changed a lot since 2016. So you've got to make sure that what you're watching and taking in, and it doesn't have to be our course, but the course you're watching has to be up to date, because these markets have really changed. All right, if you're still trading with just head and shoulders, that's a shampoo pattern nowadays. It's a better shampoo than it is a trading pattern. Anywho, it's available in the pro membership as of Friday. If you guys want to check it out, any one of our subscriptions comes with a 2-week money-back guarantee. So literally, you could watch this course risk-free. All right, I put it out there. I hope you're excited about it as I am. It took a lot of energy and time, and it's a phenomenal course, and I'm sure you'll agree once you check it out. All right. In today's morning market update, Theresa May last night said that in a late night news conference beside European Union's leader Jean-Claude Juncker said that she's seen some improvement and this Brexit deal seems to be more likely ahead of a really big vote today. There's a massive vote. However, the pound climbed 0.5% on that news, but the Attorney General this morning shut it down, saying the following: the unilateral declaration doesn't add anything because it simply says we could ask to leave the backstop. We've always been asked to leave the backstop. That's not in any sense an improvement or a development. And the pound lost all of its gains with that one simple update. There's a really important vote today, and if the proposal is rejected, essentially the Brexit deal is dead on arrival. Theresa May will probably have to resign and or host a vote of no confidence. And the expectation at the moment is that the proposal will be rejected. So watch out for this news item. Have a news squawk handy, or stay glued to your news terminals. If it's Twitter, great. If you have a professional news service, even better. But pay attention, because this could be one of those things that pops up, and it's called a tape bomb. Comes out and the markets react severely, harshly, and with a lot of volatility. So there is an opportunity for that today. Yesterday, the White House proposed a $4.7 trillion fiscal 2020 budget, and it looked like the following. It called for non-defense spending cuts of about 9%, while increasing the defense spending to $33 billion, $8.6 billion of which will be for a border wall. All right. Under that blueprint, the budget won't balance in 10 years and shows a $202 billion deficit in 2029. So with this new budget, what it's saying is 10 years out, there will not be a surplus. It's going to be consistent deficit, and it doesn't balance. All right. Here's the situation. It's a better proposal. It's a better piece of legislation put forward by the Trump administration. No chance whatsoever that the Democrats accept this. And because they now control the House, they have to have agreement in order to pass any kind of legislation, especially a budget. And so that really sets the stage for a government shutdown once again in late fall, early fall rather, late summer. As we get closer to that, you'll see there's going to be more news. But for now, no chance that gets approved. It'd be interesting to see if they negotiate and what they come up with. And then at that point, I think the ball's going to be in Donald Trump's court again, having to decide whether or not to do another government shutdown, how long it'll last, what he's willing to give up, and what the negotiation tactic will be there. But it's a preliminary piece of a budget. No budget from a president ever gets approved on its first round. So this is just kind of par for the course. You set the details forward. Here's the interesting part, though. In 2017, Donald Trump himself said that policies that he would put in place would result in a $488 billion deficit in the fiscal year that begins in October. But on Monday, the budget proposed actually 1.1 trillion, more than double what the initial suggestion was. And the reason being is it's two-part. Half of that increase is because of higher spending, so the government's spending more money, and the other half is because of lower revenue. And how does the government make revenue? It's tax, all right? It's taxation from their people. And lower revenue means lower tax, which makes sense because there's a tax cut. So we have a tax cut situation and a higher fiscal budget by almost 150% than was normally expected. And that's what's going to cause the sticking points here in the negotiation. All right. Another update out of Boeing Airlines, not Boeing Airlines. Actually, it's not pronounced Boeing, apparently. Stephen had a really big issue with that yesterday. He said it's 2 syllables, but I'm going to continue with it and just call it Boeing because it sounds more fun. All right. And so out of Boeing, Stephen, what we heard last night is that the airline's going to introduce a software update within weeks to their 737 MAX 8 series, which is a shorter haul, really extremely fuel efficient, lighter aircraft that airlines have purchased a lot of. All right. The FAA announced that it needs design changes in the aircraft by April. And so they are saying that changes have to be made, but the plane is currently safe for it to fly and did not mandate or make mandatory grounding of their whole fleet of MAX 8s on the 737 airline, right? And this is interesting because despite the fact that the FAA said that there is no mandated grounding of all these airplanes, a lot of airlines have jumped on board to actually ground the planes on a proactive basis. And I can understand if you're an airline, yeah, the FAA suggests, FAA, having a hard time pronouncing that, FAA. Yeah, they might have said, look, it's safe to fly. This is our suggestion. But an airline may want to take more extreme precaution because, look, when there's lives involved and there's so much money in these aircraft, you obviously want to protect the people and the aircraft itself. And so the following airlines have shut down their 737 MAX 8 series. Australian airlines have now suspended all their flights. Mexico's Aeromexico, and my Spanish will be tested here. Brazil's Gol Transportes Aeros and Argentina's Aerolíneas Argentinas are all shut down. Comment on how well my Spanish is, my Spanish pronunciation. You know what? I had this little app that I downloaded when I went to Nicaragua, and I was learning a little bit. I was starting to be able to kind of have some fun with it, and all that's just gone out the window. All right, Boeing is down 1.9% pre-market, and that's the latest news. More airlines are grounding their fleets, but the FAA has said that it's not necessary. In the markets across the world, Asia is seeing a really big rally. Japan up 1.8, Hong Kong up 1.5, India up 1.3, China up 1.1%. Asian markets across the board are green. In Europe at midday, London's mostly flat, as are all other European markets awaiting this big Brexit vote to happen and expected rejection there. In the United States, same deal. Markets are flat across the board. We've lost all the overnight's gains. And you know what? We could consolidate around this level. Yesterday's rally wasn't expected. I'll be 100% honest with you. I was looking for some downside. And hey, I was wrong. It happens. And the good news is in trading is when you're wrong, you don't lose money. When you're right, you don't make money. Being wrong or right has absolutely nothing to do with making money. Great news is I was wrong and I had a profitable day. I did not anticipate this rally going up to 2,800 like that, and it did. And the less people anticipated, the more likely things that happen are. So in today's session, 2,800 is a big resistance. I anticipate a bit of a pullback on this rally, some selling. We've gotten a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. So I'll be looking on some selling momentum setups in the morning. But if this thing continues bullish, stop fighting it, all right? Starting in the morning saying I'm going to short a rally, that's fine. It's 100% fine. But if the market's up 40 points and you're still shorting rallies, that's not fine. That's how you blow out your account. You got to change your bias as quickly as you created it, all right? Crude oil's up 1.1%. Gold's up 0.4. Bitcoin's up 0.6%, but still hovering around the 3,800. 10-year Treasury yield's up 2 basis points to 2.66% yield. And 8:30, we had the consumer price index, which is an inflation measure. It came out at 0.2% as expected. Minus food and energy came out at 0.1%, which is lower than expectation. So you can see inflation is actually decreasing, which is supportive of the Fed's decision to stop raising rates and stop potentially unwinding their balance sheet. So that comes in line as a good thing for the Fed because it takes a little bit of pressure of Jerome Powell's 180. It literally turned on a leaf. So far, economic data suggesting it was a good idea. 8:55, we had Red Book chain store sales. 1 p.m. we have the result of a 24 billion 10-year note auction. That's all we got on today's economic calendar. So watch for price action and order flow here. I do believe we can get a pullback off the open, and around 10:30 mid-morning reversal, we could see some more upside. Remember this though, bullish markets open weak and close extremely strong. Bearish market open strong and close weak. So over the next couple days, I think this rally will be tested. But if we get above 2,800 and we see some volume flowing back into the upside, we could be headed for a new all-time high. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of institutional money that never got a piece of this rally. And what does that mean? Institutions haven't been buying on this upside, which means what? They have cash available for purchasing. And it means if they become a buyer, they're going to be paying higher prices. This thing's going to go up. So as long as we convince that institutional money to come out and play, there could be more upside in the S&P 500. But we got to get to that 2,800 first. I don't think we just go through it vertically today. I think we see some pullback type action, some selling, at least to lock profits, some short sellers to try that 2,800 short one more time. And once we take out some long traders' stop losses to the downside, and once we get some shorts flushed at the top and stuck, we're going to move up because then all you have is buyers. If everyone who was long got stopped out and everyone who's short to close their trade needs to buy, we got a whole bunch of traders waiting to go on the buy side. And if institutional money piles in at the same time, you're going to have a runaway trade to the upside. So watch for it. First, we got to get above 2,800, and the ultimate release to the upside will be 2,820 to 2,830. Above there, we're going to make a rip to all-time highs. All right, you guys have a great morning. I got to shut it down. We got to open up the trading room. Got a lot to talk about. I'm going to go and look at some S&P 500 futures levels, some trade ideas, and we'll turn it over to Steven to talk to you about oil, as he's our oil desk manager and a great man and a very good linguistics partner to keep me in check with my syllables. And I appreciate him a lot. You guys want to hear some of his commentary and ideas, come on out the trading room. The good news is it comes with a futures course. Our packages are so jam-packed with value that I hear this very often. I don't know why you charge so little. I'm like, careful. Words. But we are a value-driven organization, and my goal and our team's goal here is to allow you guys to learn to trade and not make you pay $60 million for it. All right? I think the goal is to learn how to trade from somewhere and not spend as much money on it as the average institutions, and at the same time to be able to learn what's required, keep more money for your actual trading account. Because here's the number one thing that I'm going to tell you and leave about trading is this. I'm not going to teach you how to trade. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to walk you through it. Nobody in this world is able to teach you how to trade. It's impossible. The market teaches you that, and you're responsible for it. And so for that reason, can't sell a $50,000 course because I'd rather you put $50,000 in your trading account and then pay the subscription fee, which is lower. You get a community and a lot of value. Anywho, rant/over. I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your days. Ciao. Spoos traders here. Let's look at the S&P 500 levels. This is sort of mission control central here, guys. I got a red cup. No, what is? It's really deep. Oh, my voice is really deep on this mic, apparently. Really? Like weirdly deep? All right, guys, I'm going to end the YouTube broadcast to hear this. We'll have it fixed for tomorrow. I apologize if I sound like R2D2 in today's broadcast. Goodbye.